Bible says in 1 James 4:11, it says, he that dwelleth in God, he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God dwelleth in him. The word dwell, it means dual. It means that you verse yourself, you challenge yourself, like it's me versus me. I challenge myself versus Bible verses. So it's like verse versus verse. I don't rehearse verses for people to ride in hearses. I disperse verses without the use of curses, without having to put people in places where you gotta depend upon help and assistance from nurses. I disperse rhymes like seeds, rhymes like these, rhymes that flow like pollen and insemination in the breeze. So it seems my rhyme so fat it's busting from the seams. Over the 7 seas like Sinbad. Yeah, Sinbad. I'm the worst Cinnamon, the Cinnamon. Doing this over and over again and again, like in the Oval Office. Yeah, that's can, it's can again and again, it's can again, it's can again and again and again, like Finnegan, Michael Flanagan. Or watch out for Brannigan. With my Anakin hand, my Anakin hand like a mannequin. It's my Anakin mannequin hand, my Anakin mannequin hand. See my Anakin mannequin hand, sort of like an assistant with an assistant limp, but my limp is not really a limp. It's just something to pace my pace, like picante sauce. When I'm thinking about inspiration from the source, it don't come from me. I'm merely a vessel. I'm a host. I'm not the author or the creator. I'm just an extension of that, like Darth Vader reading the Rig Vader. Like Darth Vader reading the Rig Vader. Like Darth Vader reading the Rig Vader. The Darth Vader DJ on the fader. With the equalizer. The new and the old and the remake. With Denzel. His name is not Denzel, his name is Denzel. And I use his ways of doing good like a stencil. I use the Denzel stencil. It's the Denzel stencil. I make mistakes, but I write with a pencil to make corrections, like misplaced affections. My heart needs protection. All our hearts do. We're the only one who can do it. Watch out for the oak trees that draw blood like druids. Somebody drew it, a picture of the splatter. What splatter? The splatter of the old liquid that came from my bladder. I climbed the ladder, but it didn't matter. I climbed a ladder of letters. I climbed a whole ladder of letters and ate a whole head of lettuce. My cabeza de la Tusse. Listen to Ladisi. It let us see, but it let us see to know when to be jettisoned, like Con Edison or Thomas Edison with a bright idea. Don't come near. Oh dear, like John Deere or deers in the forest for rest. In the forest for rest, where it's fresh. In the forest for rest, where it's fresh, and lights and leaves glow fluorescently. The impression be like Elvis Presley, making the Elvis Presley impression, while I'm moving my pelvis with suggestions. But don't be misled. But don't be misled. I only have a 2-inch lead, shorter than any number 2 pencil. My number 1 pen is. My number 1 pen is the same color as pennies. She said, put some pennies in my panties. I say, no, I'm not putting these pennies in your corn slot. Now it's getting dirty. Or should I say sedentary, very. That's why I try to stay a stand-up guy, even though I might be in a hurry and rather tired like tires. I'm here to admire. I'm somewhere near, close to the muse, because I'm not the source of this, the juice. I was going to use the word prepuce, my prepuce, but I can't use that. Why? Why can't you use it? Say prepuce, because it'll probably go over the heads of most MCs like a noose. Oh my God. Yeah, these lyrics are not acute, they're obtuse. Whatever you want to make of it. Less than 90 degrees, more than 90 degrees, but I try to keep it right at 90. And at 90, because nanite, nanite, the nanite, like genite, Perfume Scents by Gardenia by MiNUTE. Oh my God, what did her vagina say? What did her vagina say? Her vagina say Virginia's for lovers. Her vagina say her vagina's goddamn. Her vagina say Virginia's for lovers. Make sure you use the leather deodorant bar soap so you can cope and have hope. Overcome by fact checkers who work for Snopes. Beware the ski slopes. Vaginal lips like envelopes, containing words from the letters manifest. Like in the series, I put my mail part in her mailbox. I put my little mailman penis in her mailbox. 9 months later, she said, "You got mail." She said, "You got mail." I say, "This ain't this is the www. Goddamn. This is AOL. This is not high speed. This is the power of a snail." So I guess I snailed it. Nailed it. Left behind a trail of mucus, shiny like soap, silvery patterns, the silver lining to a cloud, which means above the cloud is the shell of the snail, the firmament under which we dwell. Oh well, try not to be impaled upon these lyrics that nailed like Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin. I'm in the Buzz Aldrin cauldron, catching hell for telling the truth for real. I'm not for real, but I was just fronting. Not hitting home runs, but bunting, carrying the baby in the front like a baby bunting. Because the boyas de melas, or should I say the honey buns, de las comejas. It's not for el helado. Some MCs don't understand. This is lyrics in a freestyle, not really a straight model, but still according to the Denzel stencil. My man said, I gotta, he said, it's the ill rap. See, that's the MF Doom. It's the ill rap stencil. He said, I used the Illmatic rap stencil. I used the Illmatic rap stencil when I got my number 2 pencil. When my tail still prehensile, like Razcat said. He said, oh man, he said when my tail was still prehensile, he said, come with it. MCs tried to get it, but they were smitten. They were smitten by the smithy named Vulcan, also known as Hephaestus. Never did no half-ass rust. The ass work. Always kept it in. Goddamn. Always kept it on. He got cast from the mountain. He got cast from the mountain by Zeus. The same story as the demiurge. And the Bible says, I saw Satan fall from heaven like a flash of lightning. That was Hephaestus, because he took sides with his mother. And now he walking around with all that jazz and Scap and Crothers, trying to avoid the void filled with Decepticons and Transformers. My man say Megatron, goddamn. My man say, damn, what'd he say? He say, damn. He said Megatron, he said he blew off Megatron's arm with the power of a Megaton bomb. He blew off Megatron's arm with the power of a Megaton bomb. Damn, hold up. That wasn't really the verse that I had in mind. It was something about Megatron that occurred to me. It was a verse that was in my mind like a few days ago about Megatron. It was like, yeah, it was like Decepticons, yeah. Watch out for the Megatron Decepticons, waving magic wands. Damn, taking over a whole planet where they all look like Janet. Or should I say Penny? Oh my God, Penny and Finny, one of many. My man said I used to hate on Mickey Mouse because when it came to having chicks, he had Minnie Mouse. He had many minis. He had M-A-N-Y, M-I-N-I's. M-A-N-Y and N-Y and many. And no, he had many M-A-N-Y's and N-Y-C and M-I-N-I's. Am I nice is what he was saying. I say, am I nice? Yeah, you nice with it. Stop. Yeah, you nice with it, mad legit with it. Once you start, don't never quit it. These lyrics is like venomous saliva when you spit it to help you see clearly, because I was blind for a long time. but I'm afraid of the mud, so I hold back on the spittle. It's time for something to eat, but I ain't eating no tender victuals. Watch out for moaning, she's still in the middle moaning, in the morning. In the morning, watch out for moaning, she's still moaning in the morning. Pharaoh moaning, hormones moaning. Waiting for the boning, like I was Rover. Behind old Mother Hubbard, burying bones, burying bones, burying bones in a cupboard. I think she love it. She want me to make she want to copy me or she want to copy me and clone it. But you want to dub it, now it's a double. Watch out for the double, double, double. The devil will turn your whole city to rubble. Like Barney in Flintstone, watch out for that, kid. Because you don't want to be roaming alone on the free range with tumbleweeds and the winds roam. Man. A man said I skated with tracks like Rick Cerrone or Rick Moranis. When these lyrics hit your, I skated with tracks like Rick Cerrone or Rick Moranis. When these lyrics hit your tympanic, they panic. Sigourney Weaver tried to be a dream weaver. I was not a deceiver. She asked me, was I the key keeper? Was I the key master? She was the gatekeeper. I had the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper invaded by the ninja gate and Bobby Guyton. Riding the back of the Kraken Titan. On a green machine, the lean green machine. Like Mean Joe Green commercial back in the 1970s. Heavily laden, heavy rhymes. No, heavily laden, heavy rhymes, only able to be carried by Atlas. Who, Tony? Yeah, Tony. Bent elbows like macaroni. The Tony Macaroni, oh my God, that was my dude, y'all. Back in the center, we was little kids back then, man. I got hijacked from my original environment. I wasn't buying it. I didn't pay for nothing, but I paid the price. Uprooted and planted where there was a little sunshine, a little soil, some water. I can't complain. I could have ended up down the drain. Back in the circulation for what it's worth. Man, so you gotta go to the bottom to rise back up, fulfilled by your will to remain above spills. The accumulation of every drop of water collects to make a leader. So are you gonna be a leader or a whole leader of leaders that are elitists? And don't be too self-defeatist, because you could have got destroyed before you made it from being a fetus. So when it comes to having people to care for you, yeah, you need us. And that's your penis and your testicles. They say don't beat us, feed us. And we'll be the food in the air in your wings. You can't fly yet, but still you got a song to sing. What I bring is truth, merciless like mean. So take your time and don't flash like Gordon, and watch out for the fish, man, and the Gordon fishermans if you can, because you don't even eat fish because it's not good for you. It's not good for you. Anything that makes your breath stink, you can't devour it. Even noodles made from enriched flour, it's too much for you. So far, crackers is only the only thing that's a medium. Or should I say the mean, the average. But don't scavenge. Like Dick Cavett eating a bunch of cabbage and a bunch of carrots. No, you can't have it back, silly rabbit. If it fell on the ground and you were astounded, at the same time you rebounded and found it, a way out, so now mount it. Now ride out on your spirit horse like Lou Diamond Phillips. And pop on the ass and screwdriver like an Orange Julius. And watch out for the oversized gluteus maximus. You might want to find you a gluteus minimus. It's time for you to go. You gotta hop on the minibus. The minibus. The omnibus. The omnibus. Goddamn omnibus. Omnibus. Remember omnibus from the Smurfs? It's a omnibus. It's a omnibus. Omnibus. It's the omniverse and the omniverse. It's happening. I'm having a good day. I'm about to go outside and get some oxygens. Just say, I'm gonna stay inside and watch Oxygen on TV. I said, you get your ass to the goddamn house and get some real oxygen outside. We going outside to get some oxygen. That shit gonna be on TV when you get back in. But yeah, so as it is, I'm not a spin doctor, but I'm not a spin doctor, can't put a spin on it. But remember the old Happy Meals, used to get a spin top? Man, I remember me and Aunt had the motherfucking, the big ass goddamn Happy Meal that came inside of a little ship. I think I had the green shit. I don't know which one he had. I might have the orange one or some shit. But as it was, I'm eating these oranges. These ain't oranges, this is grapefruits. Los pomelos get in the buzz for what it was and what it is and what it ain't. But don't never say you can't when you can. That's why your name is Can, because you can. And don't forget to check out your girl. What's her name? Can, be the light in sight. Thank you. Because I'm not here to invite no type of fights. I'm here to do my best with all my might. My man say do or do not. Don't say try, because try is dry and it needs some water. So when you say you're gonna try, you oughta drink a whole gallon, a liter, or start off with 8 ounces. Cause this has more bounce than an ounce, like water from fountains. At the same time, don't get caught up out of the loop. And if ever you need some sodium in your nourishment, don't hesitate to drink a soup. But I'm real strict with mine. I'm real strict with mine, avoiding poison like strychnine. But sometimes I get caught in the same, like Precious. Oh my God. I ain't talking about Precious the movie, but at the same time I am. I'm talking about Precious the dog, the little chihuahua. Me and Lisa used to be in the backyard eating shamrocks with little golden flowers. I gotta get up out of here, yo, because the bus will be here in less than an hour. Oh, it just left. No, it's not. 800 just came, so now 400 is next. I gotta get out of here before I get perplexed and vexed with these rhymes of what's gonna come next. Thank you, Heavenly Father. I can't thank you enough. And for this blessing, I feel like something ain't right. But I gotta keep on moving, because I know that I can't stop. Like soul to soul. I don't want to get soul to soul career, but I want to get all the vegetation I can get to maintain my career. Whether or not it's actually looked at it as something that's actually legitimate or genuine, I'm not so anxious like genuine. I'm refined, but I don't drink wine. But in your old age, replace your water with wine, for thine stomach's many infirmities. These are verses that I verse myself with, and hope that I can learn from these. My man say, and don't get caught up by the Hippocratic oath by Hippocrates, because some people will try to see you with your needs placed before you. At the same time, that's to help you. So never see the bad in the thing, but always see it for what it is. But try to be optimistic and avoid the drinks that have fizz and carbonated water. It's time for me to call my daughter. For what it's worth. Okay, let's go. It doesn't matter. My man he said, my children are whoever follows my word. If you follow my word, it's not absurd. It don't matter who it is. And that's why there is redemption for all. I'm gonna get out of here before I start preaching, because I'm reaching no new levels of plateaus, nothing old and new under the sun, just old and new for me. So now I gotta be O-U-T, that is P-L-A-C-E, because there are other places to be. But where I am, it ain't where you gotta be or where you're from, it's where you're at. So I'm out of here like jazz, Scatman Crothers with the scat. Twilight Zone, they play Kick the Can, but you're kicking the can up the hill. Watch out how your lyrics and rhymes spill. My rhymes spill like an oil spill. Exxon, double cross by my Exxons. My ex's son, oh my God, before my ex's son, because he comes from a lineage of even one, which is sufficient for those who sought the food from the book before leaving Earth. That was good nutrition that I mentioned. A new dimension in my father's house, there are many mansions, like Charles Mansions, many Zions. Charles Manson's, many, Charles many science. Charles Manson's many science. Beware. Charles Manson's. Oh, the Charles Mansion's houses. The Charles Mansion's houses, because Charles Manson had a bunch of houses. Watch out for Charles Manson's houses, because in my father's mansion there are many houses. You know, he said, I go to prepare a place for thee, because in my father's mansion there are many houses. In his mansion there are many houses. Do not step into any new dimensions. Say, this vagina has many new dimensions that you have yet to explore. And I will yet to explore. And I'm yet to explore. 20 minutes, gotta go. My man freestyled for like 15 minutes. It's like,